We are live. It has enough battery. Well, here I am in beautiful downtown Crestline in the Sanford 1:30 off and on. Phone. Um, I had one of those headaches and it's still kind of lingering. Hi, it's Sequentia. Welcome in. Let's see. Um, Today I look forward to whacking another million weeds. Meanwhile, strange cats in my backyard. Apparently, a mother and 4 kittens. I hope there aren't more than 4. Hi, Gigi. Hello. My chat room is beginning to fill up. Um, oh, sometimes I get lost on the keyboard. And I used to do typing 70 words a minute. Oh well. That was a long time ago. So anyway, the headache has faded, but it is not completely gone. And yesterday morning, I did manage to bag up some of the weeds that I cut the day the headache hit. And I have to clean up the clutter in my yard because the guy across the street complained to code enforcement. And I was cleaning it up anyway. I do what I can every day. But losses or got destroyed in various. We've had some bad weather over the past year. I think it rained 3 days out of 7. And the 4 days of sunshine were not very good. You know, it'd be cloudy, just not raining. And cold in summer, for crying out loud. So anyway, I'm working on it now. Cannot take in any more cats. They're obviously feral. They're nobody's pets. They have to get trapped and hauled away. I can't even afford to feed them, let alone get them all spayed. I don't know what you mean the chat failed. You chatted to me. Okay, I've found out what's going on when people say their posts in the chat disappeared, and I know that nobody here deleted them. YouTube has an algorithm that looks for keywords and blocks chats, individual chat posts that it doesn't like. I'm still wondering about Freeman. I haven't heard from him in ages. I hope he's okay. Let me take a look here. Okay. Oh, it's cutting on and off. Yeah, I don't have the today. Let me see. I'm going to move the modem to a better spot. Headache. Day before yesterday, I hurt my back by being stupid. I lifted a box that was a little heavy, but not too bad. But then I turned to set it down and hurt my back. I dropped the box, but nothing bad happened to it. Yes, I agree with Sequentia. Henceforth, all felines seeking residence must submit all the requisite paperwork for processing, so their request be checked by the feline homing team. I'm going to have to try to trap them because if someone else puts out traps, they might catch my cats. Hi, Witta. Good morning. Every cat in the universe seems to have learned that there's cat food at my house. So I'm making sure that they can't get it. Because there's one I'm sure has a home, but now there's a feral with at least 4 kittens hanging out in my backyard. And they do look hungry, so it might be possible to trap them with food. I will try. They have to go. I cannot take them in. I'm over the limit now with 5, but 3 of them are feral, so they don't count. Thank God that, you know, they're marked. When they spay a feral cat, they snip off part of the ear. Apparently, it didn't bother them when they came home the same day. They didn't have any problems. Their ears didn't seem to be painful at all. But it tells the animal control this cat is spayed and feral, and you can just let it loose. Once a feral cat is spayed so it won't make kittens, they allow them to live free. Oh man, I am not looking forward to. Yeah, I thought it was clever. Apparently, there's some alternative way, but I forgot what it was. But the snipped ear is an obvious sign. And 2 of my ferals have become relatively tame. They're still not pets, but they don't freak out if I get up from my chair and walk around. And sometimes they go straight to the food dish thinking it's feeding time. So since I've been up since 1 a.m., I've already had too much coffee, so now I'm just drinking tea and water. Oh, this headache just won't quite go away completely. But yesterday I was down all day, mostly sleeping. But it was also because of my back. I have to be more careful when lifting things. Uh, was Lord. I'm barely started and I have nothing to say. Oh, Disney is Disney stock is beginning to crash because some of their big stockholders sold. They sold every share they had. I can't remember the names of the stockholders because they're not familiar to me. I don't follow it that closely. Wow. I've got a game of Words with Friends that I forgot about. See if I can make a word. Yeah. I made a word. 6 points. I don't feel like being clever. I played the letter K near the end of the game when it gets more and more difficult to find places for letters. Okay, let's see what Et Sequentia did. Cats need a shelf by the window that they can lie on and watch birds out the window. It's like a TV for cats and provides something for them to be occupied by. Yeah, my cats have several windows, and they'll run back and forth between windows when there's something interesting outside. Well, hi, Larry and Creature. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'm feeling well enough to get out there and whack more weeds. Wow. I think there might be a connection between weeding and these headaches. You know, the pollen from the various grasses. Wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been up for about 7 hours now because my schedule got bonked again. My back is just a tiny bit achy, but not bad. Yeah, well, this headache actually began day before yesterday, but it didn't get bad till yesterday. But usually one day of just lounging and sleeping takes care of it. Oh, I didn't take a Benadryl. That might have helped. If I take one now, I'll fall asleep instead of pulling weeds. Larry gets a headache now and then. Not often, but they come and they stay for a long time. Oh, hi, Jason. Cave is Jason. This headache is lingering, but not too bad. Oh, sorry, Gigi. Sorry that it's breaking up. Is anyone else experiencing the breakups? Let's fix the camera. Well, I do drink a lot of water at Sequentia. Good morning, Ditch. I'm glad that most of you can hear me. Yeah, you don't need a strong connection. I'm not playing music or anything, I'm just talking. Yeah, I have electrolytes and juices. I love lemonade and sometimes apple juice, and I know they have a lot of sugar, but oh, they have a lot of sugar, but that's okay with me. Now, phone, do not disturb. Now I have a message on Messenger from a good friend, so I had to reply. Oh, lag and glitches are part of the game, eh? Yeah, apparently I have no priority on YouTube. They just want me to give them an excuse to cancel me, and I'm not even monetized. If you see ads, it's because YouTube wants to make money. I guess that's okay, seeing as how they let me do this for free. Yeah, at Sequentia, there's no lag when you're directly talking to people. Oh gosh, or even on the phone. Except my brother, who has the dreaded iPhone 7, which has documented audio problems. They recently settled a class action lawsuit about the iPhone 7. And its audio problems. Oh, the telegraph lines. Well, during the Carrington event, the telegraph lines did cut out. They were burned to a crisp. True, Larry, we live in the Matrix. I'll be talking about the Matrix in an interview. They're going to record it, so I don't know when it'll be, uh, available to watch or listen to. It's with Niche, one of our one of our wonderful members, Niche. And then on June 7, I'll be on live on the radio. Yes, there is a website with Solaris Blue Raven. The Pony Express was amazing. If it was a long trip, they'd station fresh horses every so many miles along the way, and they'd ride flat out as fast as the horse could go. And someone else wants to interview me, but I forgot who it was. Oh, and eventually I'll be on with Robert Phoenix on his YouTube channel. Haven't spoken to Freeman Ditch. I'm really worried about him. Let me see. Sometimes it'll tell me who's here or how many are here, but today that option isn't working. Well, let's see. I'll let her know I'm live on YouTube right now. Not time for disclosure yet. At Sequentia says to Larry and Creature. Well, I think we kind of know that we're in a bit of a matrix. Oh, it's Sequentia says I have 5 people in chat besides me. I was kind of hoping that Freeman might be lurking and just unable to type. If he had his shoulder surgery. Hi, Tora. Come say hi to your adoring fans. She says, I don't adore them today. Other way. There, here. That's such a good kitty. Yes, she's a pretty girl. Oh, she weighs a freaking ton. You say she looks pleased? I think she looks pissed. She's sleepy. Yes. Oh, the cats are masters of the matrix. Oh, she's purring. But sometimes a purr means I'm annoyed. Don't get on my desk. Off over here. Oh, there. What is this? Oh, some cat knocked my pillow over. All right, I'll find you some treats. Hang on. Here, how about party mix? California Crunch with chicken and flavors of turkey and bacon. They all smell like chicken to me. Where you going, Tora? I was all set to put her treats on her desk when she decided to hop down. Well, that was 3C. Smokey, get your treats and quit bothering me. Tora, 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 Tora. Here. Oh, there's Tutu. Got everyone but Sweetie, who is hiding in her window. Oh, well, Ditch, thank you for emailing Freeman. I thought I might find him in chat and just say, yeah, the last message was May 15. Are you okay, everyone? Not everything. Everyone on YouTube is hoping for a sign of life. Hoping for a... This is one time when the spell check thing that figures out what you're saying is helpful. Yeah. Cats understand each other, but see, humans are too stupid to understand cat language. Right, Tora? Sweetie? Well, I fed you guys. You can't be hungry. Good, they ate it all. Nothing for the marauders outside. The marauding ferals. I simply cannot have more cats. Can't afford to feed them. Hey, you cats, stop it. Smokey, you're an asshole. All I have to do is look like I'm going to squirt her with water and she takes off. But sometimes she forgets and gets squirted. Okay. All right. There. Here. Come on, phone. Come on. Quit bothering me. Turn off the light to save battery. I hope Freeman's fine and just not participating. Ah, Ditch got back into the animation and video game development group again. Planning to memorialize Freeman in the library level if he doesn't make it. I'm pretty sure he's just having a tough time healing. I'm assuming it was his dominant arm, whichever one that is, probably the right, and he can't type one-handed. And he might not feel like it anyway. Maybe they haven't let him go home yet, and he's in some rehab facility where he can't get on the internet. Oh, Ditch's mom busted her leg again? Oh, poor Ditch's mom. Well, when I busted my leg, it was an actual, legitimate, genuine fall from a height. It was not osteoporosis. Although my bones are thinning with age, I'm almost 70, they are not that bad. Okay, Tora. Here's come the twins, 3C and Tutu. I'm the only one who can tell them apart because I figured out the difference. There's a very slight difference where Tutu has more white fur on her neck. Oh, man. I'm not looking forward to it, but I've got to get the yard cleaned up. Thing is, they want me to move the washing machine. I can't. You can see it from outside, but it isn't hurting anything, and it works. I've tested it, it works. But I can't move it. And I don't want to move it, frankly. I like it where it is. Because I have this tabletop barbecue grill that I can put on top of the washing machine. It's one of those machines that are shaped like a box. The top is flat and the door is on the front of the machine. It's a front loader. Paint it and call it art. Yard art. I think I might put something in front of it so you can't see it, like maybe the Weber kettle. You know, the old-fashioned charcoal barbecue grill. It isn't as big as the machine, but it looks kind of like, you know, everything there belongs there. But generally, they want trash barrels beside your house. But I can't do that because my front door is on the side of the house. And the other side of the house is way too far away from the gate. Oh, at Sequendia has been binging 80s TV series intros on YouTube. The 80s TV was pretty good, but I thought the 70s were better and the 60s were darn good. That's when they started letting us see Doctor Who on American television. And when I started watching it was the Doctor Who, Tom Baker. Well, let's see. Magnum PI has an awesome opening. Miami Vice, Knight Rider, MacGyver, A-Team, Riptide, Simon and Simon, Battlestar Galactica. That's what my son used to call it. Battlestar Galactica. Hardcastle and McCormick. Oh, He-Man. My son was hooked on He-Man. Don't know Blue Thunder. Let's see. The Equalizer. I've heard of it, never watched it. Airwolf. And V, The Final Battle. Oh, V was a great series. Ditch is more of a 90s kid, obviously. But Tom Baker was Ditch's favorite. Yeah. Many people say that Tom Baker is the best doctor or their favorite. Oh, Ditch, I have the power. Yeah, He-Man. I kind of liked it, but my son was glued to the TV whenever it was on. He hated when he had to get up and go to the bathroom. And there was no pause button back in the 80s. What, Tora? Quit it. Not even on cable. I fed you and gave you treats. I did. Get out of my tea. And get out of my water. Leave them alone. They're mine. Tora says she owns everything in this house. Where'd I put the cat treats? I put them somewhere. Oh, they're right in front of my face. I just didn't recognize them. Okay, all right, Tora. You ain't spoiled, just well fed. Here come Tutu and Smokey. Smokey, Tora's gonna whoop your ass. Get off of her. Well, I'm not gonna get up from my chair to put treats down clear over there. You have to come here. Come on, Smokey Sue. Smokey. I went and closed the bag. Where is she, huh? All right, I'm gonna go broke giving you guys treats. Where'd Smokey go? There she is, right here. Jesus, I guess you're a good girl. What, you don't want him? Well, the heck with you then. No, I'm not gonna pick up your treats and move them. You'll have to hop down to where I put them. Cats. Only Tora gets special treatment. Ed Sequendia says Blue Thunder is an awesome 1983 movie starring Roy Scheider. Ah, Roy Schneider from The Invaders as an LA police helicopter pilot who gets a futuristic and powerful helicopter called Blue Thunder. Roy Scheider starred in The Invaders, in which these aliens were taking over the earth and they looked just like humans, except their pinky fingers were weird. And Roy Scheider played an architect who accidentally discovered the invasion of aliens, but nobody would believe them. Ditch had to make a separate channel for some older folks on his Discord server because they like Westerns and French mysteries for some reason. I don't know about French mysteries. I kind of like Westerns. But lately I've discovered all kinds of radio shows, mostly Nero Wolfe, and they are not necessarily the same stories in the short-lived television series. See, the TV series with can't remember the actor's name. I think his first name is Tim. All right. Nero Wolfe. Timothy Hutton as Archie Goodwin and Maury Chaykin as Nero Wolfe. It was a joint venture between the U.S. and Canada. So many of the scenes of New York City were filmed in places like Ontario. Well, anyway, the Canadians were unhappy because there's so much cussing. Hi, Mac Attack. Well, the cussing wasn't, it was very mild. Oh, it was Roy Thinnis in The Invaders, not Roy Scheider. Why did I think it was Roy Scheider? Well, thank you, Etsequentia. Let me see. What was Roy Scheider in that made me think he was in a show about UFOs? I've learned to type filmography. He was in Still of the Night? And All That Jazz. Oh, was he the star of All That Jazz? Oh my God, he's old. Well, he's only 5 years. Oh, he died in 2008 at 75. He was in Jaws. Jaws, All That Jazz. What movie made Roy Scheider famous? Jaws, of course. So he was after the shark and nobody believed him. Ah, okay. Come on, close, please. There, here we go. Now I'm back. You're right, Etsequentia. It was Roy Thinnis, a mild-mannered architect who suddenly discovers that space aliens are invading, and nobody believes him. You won't find results for a movie Ditch has been searching for? Yeah, Mac Attack. In Jaws, he said, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Well, yeah, the shark ate the little one. Huh. Okay. Well, an action thriller with Roy Scheider? Well, search Roy Scheider filmography on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. It'll have a list of his movies. Just because you're chasing another cat doesn't mean you get to walk on my foot with all your claws, Smokey. She isn't very civilized for a pet cat. Okay, I gotta do that since I got nothing nothing to talk about. Roy Scheider. Hey, knock it off, cats. You're being too rough. Oh, he did a voice in Family Guy. Okay, he was. I guess he was Hearts of War. He was in Law and Order: Criminal Intent. Last Chance. He was in a. Oh, I think I know that Dracula movie. Dracula 2 Ascension. Oh well. It isn't giving the what you call it, anything about what the movie's about. Synopsis or highlights. Maybe it's Money Plays. Let's see what that's about. When a money mule has a heart attack at a Nevada brothel, blah, blah, blah. Humph, I don't know. You'll have to do it yourself. You cats, knock it off. Anyway. I'm more worried about my back than the headache. The headache will go away, but the back will take a while to heal. So I'll have to take it easy today. Whoa. I ate some cheese and crackers and sweet pickles. One of my favorite snack assortments. Sometimes I prefer a dill pickle, especially a kosher dill. Oh, you kitties. You cats. I wonder if Tora was trying to say that the water dish is empty. Oh, 2010, the year we made contact. Well, I think we've been in contact unawares for a long, long time. Now, they aren't necessarily from some other planet. They could be just a different species that lives here on Earth. But they do seem to have some pretty awesome technology. And why don't they, land on the White House lawn? Well, they tried to in 1952, and we sent fighter jets after them. Why don't they contact us openly? Well, very few people would go into the jungle and contact gorillas or chimpanzees. There's just two, I don't know what you call them. I don't know. They're not archaeologists. Maybe they're anthropologists or something. Two women. One studied the gorillas but did not have any interaction with them, and the other made friends with chimpanzees, which I tell you is very dangerous. Even chimpanzees raised by humans in human homes as children or pets, when they get to be adults, they're freaking dangerous. The chimpanzee who originally played Cheetah in the um, Tarzan movies with Johnny Weissmuller eventually ended up in the Los Angeles Zoo because even with 12-foot fences and so forth, the lady who raised him from a little baby could not control him anymore, and he was dangerous. His name was Skippy. I hope they aren't kids playing with ants, Stitch. They probably know that we're, conscious living beings with brains, but that doesn't mean that they want to interact with us. Although I suspect that some live among us as humans. Maybe. Some people think they aren't human. They think they do belong to a superior species. That's why they keep marrying their cousins, like the royalty of Europe. And that's how they end up with weird genetic defects. Come on. Hmm. But many of the ancient royalty claimed to be part God or entirely God. That brings me to Napoleon Bonaparte. He's presented as a warmongering dictator who wanted to establish a French empire. Well, it wasn't quite that way. Walter Bosley has done lots of research on that and has 2 books about Napoleon and his mystical side. Apparently, Napoleon started only one war, and that was when a region of Spain broke a treaty that they had with France. All the other wars were when other countries attacked France. Mostly England. The British had a worldwide empire. France had colonies like Corsica, little Mediterranean islands, and I think they they ruled Mexico. That's about it, really. There's some islands here and there, like around New Zealand, and the French had a colony in Africa. I forget which one it was. I keep thinking the Congo, but I think that was actually Belgium. Let's see. French colonies. French colonial empire. In the Americas. Oh, and of course, Quebec in France and Louisiana. The French West Indies, including Saint Dominique, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Dominica, Saint Lucia, Grenada, Tobago, and other islands in French Guiana. So they had a lot in the Americas, but it isn't telling me when they were established. It looks like most of them after Napoleon's time. Established when? Okay, France began to establish colonies in the Americas, the Caribbean, and India in the 16th centuries, but lost most of its possessions following its defeat in the 7 Years' War. North American possessions were lost to Britain and Spain, but Spain later returned Louisiana to France in 1800. Yeah, so in the 1500s, Jacques Cartier began the French colonization of North America. And then Champlain, employed in the interests of fur trading monopolies, sailed into the St. Lawrence in 1603. Blah, blah, blah. Nova Scotia. Okay. Did Napoleon own French colonies? Yeah, I know Napoleon had Louisiana. He sold the Louisiana Purchase to the United States. Okay, he didn't establish any colonies, but he took control of the French colonial empire. And after the Napoleonic Wars, most of France's colonies were restored to it by Britain. Looks like France. I thought, okay, one more search. Did France have colonies in Africa? Mauritania, Senegal, and French Sudan, which is now Mali. French Guinea, which is now Guinea. Côte d'Ivoire, of course, the Ivory Coast. And Upper Volta, now Burkina Faso. And Dahomey, which is now Benin, and Niger. I know the people of, well, in American you call it Niger, but they call it Niger, the people who live there, because they speak French. Yes, the space aliens don't want to be called aliens. They are undocumented extraterrestrials. Hi, Gypsy. Welcome in. So, anyway, France had some colonies. Nothing like the British Empire. You know, the sun never sets on the British Empire. Well, I wrote a novel called Fallen Angels about some spacefaring humans who had to flee when their planet blew up. You know, the asteroid belt. And when they take refuge on Earth, they meet the first man, which of course is Adam. Oh, Etsy Quintia. Yes, I watched Kolchak the Night Stalker. It's all over YouTube, but somehow it isn't as good on the second go round. But it was good the first time I saw it, so maybe it's just because I know what's going to happen. Ah, dang. Evil back, evil headache. Anyway, let me see. Okay. I mean, after all, if aliens can interbreed with humans, they must be closely related. Kind of like mules, you know, horses crossed with donkeys. Yeah, you guys quit messing with my stuff. Settle down. I'm going to have to open the door and let them out pretty soon. Oh, Etsy Quintia and Ditch. I don't know who Adam Cadmon is. But I have to take a quick break. Drinking a lot of water, you see. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Shuffle, shuffle. Hi, Tutu. Hi, Smokey. Hi, 3C. Dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. I'm slow today. Dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum. Dumbity dumby dum. Hi Smokey, hi Tutu. Yeah, hang on you guys. You know it's Thursday. Don't get out. I'm done here. Oh, in Hebrew it means the first man. He ruined it for the rest of us by listening to his girlfriend. Well, I think she was his wife, but that's splitting hairs. Oh. Ditch says it's a Kabbalistic concept. Before God created Adam, he made a prototype. And then, of course, there's the prototype of Eve. Oh, forgot her name. Lilith. But apparently, when she ate the fruit, Adam didn't join her. Thanks, Ditch, Lilith. So she ended up as a demon screaming through the night. And then God made Eve. Of course, that's not in the myth it's been told for. Okay. Uh, hmm. Itchies and tickles. Oh well. Whew. Unlike my phone, this camera does not make my face look too weird. The phone camera puts all kinds of weird colors on my face that are not there when I look in the mirror. Was that a cat? Walking on my foot again? Wow. Wowzer Bowser. Oh man. I used to watch Get Smart every chance I got, even the reruns. But it did get kind of I don't know, just not as good when he married Agent 99 and they had a baby. That plot ruined more shows where they get married and have a baby, and you know the series is going to end very soon. It didn't exactly kill the Dick Van Dyke Show, but that was an outlier, an exception to the rule. Oh boy, I'm losing it. As I said before, I've been up since 1:30 in the morning because I slept all day off and on yesterday, getting up once in a while to pee or eat something. But mostly I just put on the playlist of Nero Wolfe. See, I don't want to fall asleep with something playing that I haven't watched before because I don't know what's going to filter into my mind and my dreams while I'm sleeping. So I put it on something that's familiar. And then I put it on a list I made of various things. Some is religion, a lot of it is, what's his name? Oh dear. I wonder if he's still alive. I gotta find his name. My phone will tell me. David Berlinski. He's an agnostic. I wonder if he. Let me see. Let me see if he's still alive. I know he's older than dirt. He's 82 years old and alive. Born in New York. Oh, yeah. I think he lives in France. He did during some of his YouTube interviews. Wow, I'm going to have to see what else he has on YouTube. He doesn't have his own channel that I know of, but he has been interviewed by lots of different. Yeah, atheism is a religion. They believe that there is no God. So critics of religion are religious, and quite often it becomes obvious to anyone who has read the Bible that they have not read it. They think the Bible says things that are just talking points and are not really in there. Yes, religious scholars, true, Ditch, they are the first to point out the flaws of their chosen faith. On many questions, I just go, well, I guess I'll find out when I get there. David Berlinski, for an agnostic, certainly knows a great deal about religion. Oh, yeah, apologetics. It doesn't mean apologizing. Apologists defend their faith. The kitties. Why do they have to be so cute? Oh, Lord God. My back is nagging me. Not too bad, but it blots out the headache because it's stronger. Oh, man. I can't go to sleep. I slept all day yesterday. Anyway, yeah, I'm still studying religion, mostly the Bible. Let me see. Let me see about oh I how many chapters are in Genesis? You evil cursor, get back in the box. I didn't pop you out. Oh, you can get an audio version. But I don't want Genesis, I want Exodus. Silly me. Okay. Chapters in Exodus. 40. Okay. Where does say they already kicked out the Nephilim? The Book of Jubilees. Okay. Rephahim. Wow. All right. Genesis 14. I'm going to go with ESV. It's easy to read aloud. Genesis chapter 14, verse. And the kings who were with him came and defeated the Emim in Shaveh Kiriathaim, and the Horites in their hill country of Seir, or Seir, S-E. They turned back and came to En-Mishpat, that is Kadesh, and defeated all the country of the Amalekites and also the Amorites who were dwelling in Hazazon Tamar. Okay. Yeah, I really have nothing to do with mega churches. Okay, let's see. He defeated the Oh, Lord. I know I read somewhere, and I can't remember where. Well, in Genesis 15, according to Got Questions, God is telling Abraham that his descendants will be enslaved and mistreated in a country where they are strangers. And then in the 4th generation, your descendants will come back here, for the sin of the Amorites has not yet reached its full measure. Okay, I'll give you a link to what I'm reading. All kinds of stuff. Where does God tell Israel not to attack the descendants of Lot? Deuteronomy. Of course. We think of that as a book of the law, but it also has some history. Well, they're still in the wilderness. Verse 4, territory of your brothers, the people of Esau who live in Seir, and they will be afraid of you. So be very careful. Do not contend with them, for I will not give you any of their land. No, not so much as the sole of the foot to tread on, because I have given Mount Seir to Esau as a possession. You shall purchase food from them with money that you may eat, and you shall also buy water from them with money that you may drink. For the Lord your God has blessed you, blah, blah, blah. And then they turned in the direction of the wilderness of Moab. And the Lord said to me, do not harass Moab or contend with them in battle, for I will not give you any of their land for a possession, because I have given Ar to the people of Lot for a possession. I'll get the link to this 2nd chapter of Deuteronomy. I knew I'd read it somewhere. Oh, Ditch grokks it. Stranger in a Strange Land. Ditch hates that book. Yeah, I don't really like it. Well, there might be something in King's Gypsy. I just am not familiar. This is where I read it before. Now, verse 10 in Deuteronomy chapter 2. The Emim formerly lived there, a people great and many and tall as the Anakim. Like the Anakim, they also counted as Rephaim, but the Moabites called them Emim. The Horites also lived in Seir formerly, But the people of Esau dispossessed them and destroyed them from before them and settled in their place, as Israel did to the land of their possession, which the Lord gave them. So the descendants of Esau drove out these various Nephilim, the Emim, the Anakim. I'm not sure about Horites. They might be just people. Now, a little lower, verse 18. This is God talking. Today you are to cross the border of Moab at Ar, and when you approach the territory of the people of Ammon, do not harass them or contend with them, for I will not give you any of the land of the people of Ammon as a possession, because I have given it to the sons of Lot for a possession. It is also counted as a land of Rephaim. Rephaim formerly lived there, but the Ammonites called them Zamzumim, a people great and many and as tall as the Anakim. But the Lord destroyed them before the Ammonites, and they dispossessed them and settled in their place, as he did for the people of Esau who live in Seir, when he destroyed the Horites before them, and they dispossessed them and settled in their place even to this day. As for the Avim, who lived in villages as far as Gaza, the Caphtorim, who came from Caphtor, destroyed them and settled in their place. Okay, so see, there are places where the Israelites are told, don't you bother them. I gave them their land and you can't have it. Well, I've tried to learn Hebrew Ditch. It might be easy and cool, but it's in an alphabet that I just have great difficulty with. If there's a spelling or transliteration into the alphabet that I'm familiar with, I might grok it. We'll see. Gypsy studied Hebrew. I got on an email list these words in Hebrew with a phonetic spelling below the Hebrew characters, but I still really am not getting it. Yeah, at least Russian is somewhat familiar to me because I studied Greek in high school, but I wasn't very good at Greek. You know, it was Plato's Greek, not modern Greek. It was more like what the New Testament Greek would be. Well, I rely on Michael Heiser, rest in peace. He died recently, for the ancient languages and what they mean. the original languages of the Bible, especially Hebrew, but also um, Aramaic and other ancient languages. At Sequendia, heard that Spanish is the easiest language to learn. It is for Americans and British, but how we say if we don't understand something, we say it's Greek to me. In Germany, they say it's Spanish to me. Native German speakers seem to have difficulty with Spanish. I had no trouble with Spanish, but I couldn't, I just gave up on French and Russian. Yeah, Aramaic, you would think it was related to Hebrew. It is Semitic, but it comes from Babylon, where they had a lot of contact with Persians. So I'm sure their language is kind of like when I try to read Russian, a lot of the words are French, which is part of my problem with learning Russian. Because I have trouble with French. Anyway. Oh. Let's see. Let's see what King has in the early chapters. Whoops. It starts with David in his old age. Okay. I don't remember the exact date, but after the Babylonian captivity ended, Israel forced the descendants of Esau to convert to Judaism, and they have never forgotten. Many people who call themselves Jews today are really descended from Esau. And some are perfectly happy being Jewish. Others are kind of what we call secular Jews. Oh, vulgar Latin, yeah. Vulgar originally wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't negative. It just meant that's common, or what the common people speak. Latin is pretty darn easy. I did pretty well in high school when we had to learn Latin. Mom dropped me into a new school right after spring break because the school I was attending went bankrupt and closed. Long, sad story having to do with the IRS. So anyway, I'd been having Spanish lessons once a week, and at the new school it was Latin every day. And I was terrified about being able to catch up with all these students who'd been there for the whole school year. So Mom had a very old Latin textbook. So before I actually went to the new school, I went through the textbook on my own. Turns out I did just fine. Most of the textbook at the new school was Aesop's Fables translated into Latin. And I do remember the ant and the grasshopper. But I have to look up one word because I always get it backwards. Oops. All right, got it. Locusta pigra et, oh crap. What was the word for ant? I used to have it memorized. Formica impigra, the lazy locust and the unlazy ant. Yeah. There's various sects of Judaism, some more strict than others. The only Latin ditch needs is acta non verba. Act, don't speak. Yeah, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to what politicians say, but I do watch what they do. Some of them are California's Governor Newsom thinks he's going to be president. Pickle. I don't think anyone in California will vote for him unless they just want to get him out of California. Well, I gave you the literal translation of acta non verba. Let's see what Google says. Actions, not words. Close enough. Now that we're all adults, the real reason to learn Latin is to read The Art of Love. I think it was, well, let me check before I commit myself. Not Eric Fromm, you idiot. Latin, Roman. Yeah, it's Ovid. Ovid. I guess it's okay to pronounce it Ovid, but all the professors pronounce it Ovid. Have I cooked anything lately? Mostly practicing things. You know, you should make sure you can do it before you make a video. Although I might do videos of some of my failures, but yeah, I've mostly been trying to clean up the yard and the driveway and massacre millions of weeds. But yeah, I have practiced, for example, um, baby back ribs. I don't think I can afford to buy them again. Pork is outrageous, the prices in California in particular, because of the new regulations. On the one hand, I think it's good for pigs to have more room to move around and, better conditions in general, but California is only one state among 50. They can't really force other states to change their ways. The packages of bacon keep getting smaller with higher prices. Well, making a cooking video is a little difficult for me because I haven't got the hang of editing. I'm not sure my phone has a pause button. I hope it does. Because when I say boil this for 10 minutes, I don't want to show you 10 minutes of water boiling, with pasta in it or rice. I boil rice for 20 minutes and I don't care if that's the wrong thing to do. I like my rice mushy, as soft as possible and kind of sticky. Hi, Pets. Thank you. Pet says UCut is a good app to use for mobile phone editing. Well, welcome in, Pets. Ditch has some private videos that he uses for reference material for animation, and when his game gets released, he'll release them as behind the scenes footage. Oh, man. See, all these YouTubers think I released a new book, and it's only sort of new. I clipped it out of a book, but it's a good long novelette. But it was in a book that I published about 10 years ago, and I thought it should stand alone, but it wouldn't be big enough to make a paperback. So I released it as a Kindle and shot it on over to Amazon and Audible audiobooks. It's called Seasons. No, I didn't attend Rice University. Oswald. Hi, Oswald. Welcome in. But why do you say that? I did attend Chapman College back when they were focused on teaching before they sold out and became a university. Now they have all kinds of cool technology, but when I studied filmmaking, we had to beg friends and family to lend us a camera. If we were lucky, it was 16 millimeter instead of 8. And we did all kinds of things by hand, like film editing, cutting and splicing for real. IGG. No, there's a GIGIGG. Okay, let's see. At G. No, it's GG. It's confusing. GG is GEEG. The other one is GIGI. So anyway, Seasons is loosely based on some dreams that I had. A series of dreams that led me to move to these mountains. Anyway, what was I talking about, guys? I got sidetracked by Gigi. Oh, my story, Seasons. It begins with, I think it's at the beginning, a doppelganger. Someone who looks a lot like me and is mistaken for me. There's also a huge disaster and an evacuation led by the National Guard. Smokey, knock it off. Trusty water bottle squirted her. She plays too rough, not only with other cats but also with me. It also has black helicopters. And much of it begins in Anaheim. It kind of progresses to Fontana and then into these mountains. It should be available now, pets. Yeah, well, Smokey moved in without permission. She didn't even ask. She just, her humans moved away and left her behind. And now I think I know why. She is so destructive. She demands petting and, tons of attention, but then she'll come out with the claws. And she's just being playful, but she doesn't understand not to claw her human mommy. Not cool. Smokey chose my house because there's food and other cats. But yeah, she'll demand attention from almost anyone. I just can't get into video games anymore. Even though some of them, when I see ads, they look rather tempting. I know that I'll use up all my bandwidth and for nothing, because in order to progress in a free video game, you end up having to spend money on swag. Pets has to jump on a work call. Well, thank you for coming in, Pets. Good to see you. Okay, I had intended to go live at sometime this week, but on Memorial Weekend, I didn't have enough signal on the internet. And now, well, the past 2 nights I've just been too wiped out. But I try to do one at night once in a while. I'm on Pacific time, so, 9 or 10 at night, Pacific time. I can't remember the names of the games I enjoyed the most. I did get stuck in Farmville for a while, and I never spent any money on it. Well, I like board games like Monopoly or Parcheesi, which is the same as Chinese checkers, which is the same as, what is that game? Games like Chinese checkers. Chinese checkers is played with marbles. Parcheesi is with little men. Okay. Let's see if I can spell Parcheesi on the end. I. Sorry? Yeah, I think it might be sorry. Yeah, it is. When I was a kid, we played Parcheesi. Sorry came along later. Just not worth setting up risk, even though Ditch likes it, huh? Okay. Yep. Etsy Quintia says Smokey is checking the place out, and she says food, check. Other cats, check. Human with patience, check. Target acquired, red flag. Move in with extreme prejudice. Checkered flag and game over. Well, she was obviously their pet. She is tame, except for the going wild and destroying things. And trying to destroy other cats when she's just being playful. Darn cigarettes keep going out. Silly cat. I guess I like Chinese checkers the most because I like marbles. But mostly I like pretty rocks, small polished stones. Go. Yeah, I've played Go, but I don't remember how to play it. See, I don't have anyone to play with. And in my family, You're not allowed to play games that are competitive. Oh, yeah, Phil had a Go board and all the black and white markers, but I do not remember how to play it. Phil used to play chess with me, but one time I had been studying a book on how to play chess, and I tried the French defense, and even though, you see, he always wiped me out, but on that game, I didn't win, but he had to work really hard to beat me, so he wouldn't play chess with me anymore. Ditch says he used to make marbles and polished rocks. Interesting. I don't think Phil would bother much with video games. He didn't play a lot of games. As far as I know, just chess and Go. He didn't play cards. Ever since he saw The Manchurian Candidate, he wanted nothing to do with a deck of cards. Yeah, Phil might have binged a video game and then claimed to hate it. But he felt that playing games was a waste of time that he could spend writing. He might have enjoyed those videos where you watch someone else play the game. Oh, Pokemon Go. I thought I wanted to play that until I heard all these stories of people getting killed trying to find the Pokemon thing with their phone. Or spending a lot of money to get the special Pokemon thing. Yeah. Never mind, I'll just do crossword puzzles. Ditch says Pokemon Go sucks, and that's coming from a Pokemon fan. Okay. I got itchies and tickles, mostly on my head, but also on my feet and ankles. Jeez. Oswald thinks it's probably a Chinese Communist Party brainwashing op. I do know that our CIA and England's MI6 are always up to no good. Yep. Well, Phil predicted it. Instead of their spying on my phone, it's my phone is spying on me. I remember buying these prepaid cards to use at payphones. You had to either get an operator and read the number off your card or use the phone. At least they were mostly push button at the time to put in your code. When I was growing up, phones had dials and you'd turn it to the number you wanted and let it spin back. I don't know about Python code. Oh, that's right. It's Sequentia does coding. Ah. found TikTok pre-installed on my phone, so I uninstalled it. I got a message, but it was not important. No es importante. I still remember a little bit of my high school Spanish. So when I noticed that the farmer at the farmer's market had a Spanish accent, instead of asking how much, I said cuantos. And it made him happy. I hate it when I go to uninstall some stupid game and it says, some of this code is being used by other programs. Are you sure you want to delete it? Some of your other apps might not work. I heard a honking horn. But Mom told me if a boy comes to pick you up and he sits in the driveway honking, you are not going out with him. He must come to the door and knock and take a chance on meeting your mother and father. Lord, what a day. Well, I'm almost at the 2-hour mark. But I'm really thankful for all of you who came in to chat with me. But I think it's time to go. Oh, I'm at the 2-hour mark. So, thank you all for participating. Typo. And another typo. Have a great day. Another typo. Yeah, all of you stay safe, be good, and all that. You're wonderful.